Text with radio or call me 08459 570057.
BBC Sussex with Neil Pringle.
23 minutes to 8 o'clock here at BBC Sussex. We've been telling you about people living in a village in West Sussex taken to filming lorries driving through their village to prove just how bad the traffic is disrupting their lives. It's a narrow lane and a large number of lorries going through. It's Barnham in West Sussex. We're back there just after 8 o'clock with our reporter Simon Jenkins. But let's talk about those conflicting problems in the countryside. The balance between, as I was saying, the rural idyll and the rural economy. Stuart Meyer is from the CPRE in Sussex. Hello, Stuart. Thank you.
Yes, good morning,
for joining
Neil.
us. I suppose we have got these conflicting needs. We do want a bit of peace and quiet. That's why some people move to the countryside. But it's got to be a living, breathing countryside.
Well, yes, that's absolutely right. But I mean, we're not actually talking about a horticultural business here, really, Neil, are we? We're talking about a haulage firm. And while horticultural businesses, there are a lot of horticultural sites along Lake Lane. It's very narrow, as Andy Taylor was saying a few minutes ago. It's difficult for lorries to pass. And certainly produce has to get in and out of the countryside. You know, in a few weeks' time, we're going to have harvesting starting, and we'll see big tractors on country lanes. But this situation's different. This is a haulage depot, as I understand it, and it just seems to me a very inappropriate place to try and site a depot where trucks are going to be running in and out on a regular basis.
But haulage depots also employ local people, don't they?
Well, they do, yes, and so do horticultural businesses, but you have to site both of them in the right place. I mean, for example, not far away from Barnham, down at Old Maldington, we're objecting to the proposal for another horticultural site, partly because of the transport issue. You know, these are actually really quite big industrial complexes, and big trucks need to get in and out quite often. But I do agree, in the countryside is a living, breathing place, and people work in it. So farming and forestry in particular are still significant employers, and we do need them to be thriving. We don't want all our food flown in from abroad, do we?
No, absolutely. So you would say that it's down to the planners to make sure that inappropriate businesses don't get cited on narrow roads, which means that unnecessary lorries get through. That's basically the gist of what you're saying.
I think that's exactly right, Neil. It is down to the planners as we see it, and we very strongly sympathise with local residents. We just see this as being the wrong place to put this business. This business needs to go somewhere, but relocating it here, it just seems entirely the wrong approach to take.
OK, thanks for joining us. Stuart Meyer there from the CPRE. Now, we did try and get the hauliers to come onto the radio. We've heard nothing back from them. This is Stuart Lyons Haulage. Arran District Council, who are looking at the complaints at the moment, also declined coming on the show, but they gave us this statement that says they've received a number of complaints from local residents about the concerns of the number of HGVs using this road. All the objections were put before Arran's Development Control Committee when it met on June the 13th to consider the application, and councillors on the committee actually deferred it and asked planning officers to speak to the applicants to agree an alternative access route to see if those lorries for the haulage company can come in a different way, and those negotiations are currently ongoing. Simon Jenkins live in Barnham after 8 o'clock. He's going to be talking to those residents who feel the ground move as these lorries go past their very narrow lane through the day, and also, some say, through the night as well. So that's coming up after 8 o'clock. 19 minutes to 8 now.
This is BBC Sussex.
So we're talking